here joining us, Dave. Again, you get to speak to so many individuals and MSPs and vendors, really everybody in the industry. We wanted to chat with you about the three things that are keeping MSPs up at night. Like what are you hearing from the community?
Well, I'm actually gonna twist a little bit and say I'm gonna
Sure.
talk a little bit more about what I think should keep them up at night.
Okay, sure.
Because frankly,
Excellent.
let's just sort of say like it's kind of rhythmically the same thing. Like if I go listen, everyone worries about cybersecurity, what tool set they're using, and profit margin. But I actually want to highlight three trends that I highlighted in my 2024 prediction series that I think are important. And the first is that I really think MSPs need to be thinking about the rise of the consultant, because as we've moved up the stack and the core infrastructure stuff is almost fully commoditized and large players are moving into that, the real value of an IT solution provider and an MSP is providing really good advice. And I worry that not enough MSPs keep that muscle ready to go. They've gotten so used to making everything a service, monthly recurring revenue thing, that sometimes those projects and a business analyst skills, they're kind of becoming a bit stale. So that's the first thing that I wanted to highlight. The second I wanted to highlight was that I really believe we're going to shift towards autonomous IT operations. You can see that development happening with what Microsoft is doing in terms of their investments in Intune and the auto patch capabilities that are coming with all of that. You can see it with Apple and their investments in automation. I think you need to be ready for that. And it's been already highlighted by vendors. I'm going to highlight a third thing you think to worry about, which is more regulation is coming for you. Is that this, I quip all the time that IT services providers have less licensing than the guy that cuts my hair. Like I want you to think about that for a moment and say, as much responsibility as we're putting into IT, if you don't think regulation is coming, you're not paying attention to what's going on in Congress at the federal level and at the state level. And by the way, if you're dialing in from Europe, you got a whole other different bit. So I want to say, like, those are three things that I think don't get enough attention that I wanted to highlight here.
Those are excellent. Thank you for that. Everybody watching should take note. There's a lot to digest there. And that's just three of your predictions, right?
And I did 13 in my predictions episode. So that's just three. And I elaborate even further on all of those. Well, I think we'll get to three more a little later in this conversation.
Yeah, definitely.
You will.
And I'm just adjusting because, Dave, I listen and watch everything at 2 speed. So I'm just adjusting to this new Dave voice that I'm not...
at regular pace is still pretty fast.
It is actually pretty fast. I will say that. All right. So thank you for providing that content, Dave.